guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck and Cooper, and I am going to do my March book haul. So I did buy a lot of books. I think I bought 27, and I didn't mean to buy that many. I was really doing really good, and then, you know, I just let myself go. Anyway, so I did buy a lot of them discounted or with gift cards, but I also, or rewards and point, but I still bought a lot of books and I spent a lot of money. So I'm hoping this will be the last high money month for quite a while, but we will see. I did buy a lot of stuff. So, and again, a lot of this stuff I didn't need to buy. I just wanted to, and it just happened. Anyways, there's that disclaimer. So let's talk about the books that I bought. Again, I'm not going to go do this to talk about a lot of them because again, I have not read most of these. I do have a couple books that are pre-orders. They're mixed in, unfortunately. I think I just did that by accident, but one of them was See You at the Altar, which is book 3 in the Tomes and Tea series by Rebecca Thorne. I still haven't read book 2, which is on my TBR for April. I was hoping to get to that soon, but we'll see. So this is continuing the adventures of Canth and Raina, and then the people that they get to know. I don't know. It's a cozy fantasy-ish. I know there was dragons in the first one, so we'll see what happens. But I do want to read that. A book I picked up there's a couple books here I picked up kind of on a whim. Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Straub. Is that how you say that? Anyway, so I have heard about this book, but I think it has to do with snake shifters. So that was something different for me. But I'm not sure. I know there's a contest and there's, normal fantasy romance tropes in here, but I've heard good things about this. So I got it again on a whim. I mean, it has really pretty sprayed edges. So anyway, we'll see. That's just another one I bought kind of on a whim. I've been looking at this is The Deer and the Dragon by Piper CJ. This is the first book in the No Other Gods series. So I think is this the one where she thought she was, being courted by a Fey Lord, and it turns out he's a prince of hell. So, and then he went missing, and then everybody thinks she knows something. I don't know, but it sounded good, like a good time. We'll see. And then I did buy Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, just because everybody's talking about this. Again, it's another one with games and things, and I think she is trying to win money to pay off her debt, and her sister goes and then she follows, and I think it's a romance with whoever's helping her. I don't remember, but I hear so many good things, so I did buy it one day when it was a good price. And then I have a lot of I have like some dark fantasy, or not fantasy, dark romance mixed in with my regular romance. I don't know where one thing is. Anyway, I did buy Gothicana by Runix. I had some credit and I just bought it. I think it's a dark academia one between a student and teacher, but I'm not sure. I don't have any idea. I just bought it because I could. I also bought Haunting Adeline, which is the first book in the cat and mouse duet. So I just know that this one is, everybody talks about it. And again, I had some credit at this store that I was at. So I bought it. I really don't know what this is about, but I do really want to read that one. So we'll see if I get to that. Another one of my pre-orders was Beautiful Exile, which is by Catherine Cowles. This is the 4th book in the Sparrow Falls series, which is a romantic suspense series following. Each of the books has a member from this foster family. And so I've really enjoyed these so far. I'm actually in the middle of reading one of them, the 3rd one. So I do want to continue on to book 4. I'm not even going to look to see who is in it because I don't want to spoil myself. I haven't looked yet. I did get a copy of Katie Roberts' new books. This is part of her Kickstarter, the Black Rose auction. I'm part of her Patreon, so I get books with the tier I'm on. So this one is a bind up of her like Red Riding Hood retelling, Wicked Pursuit, as well as R.M. Virtue's Divine Intervention. And I can't remember what her tropes are, but I have the whole, I have other paperbacks of these, a set that I got a couple, like a last month or two ago that I showed you guys, but this is just the new paperback version, the traditionally published one by Source Books. So anyway, I have that. I got that with my being with the Patreon. So anyway, let's see here. I did buy a lot of contemporary romance, just kind of all over the place. I think my mood is because it's amazing how I didn't read contemporary romance for like 20 years, and now I'm buying all different kinds to see what works for me. And I'm buying ones I've heard about on other channels that they say are really good. So the first one I got was Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. This is a cowboy romance, and she goes back to our family ranch, and there's also a retired hockey superstar. I don't know. Cowboys and hockey, are they go together all the time? I don't know. That seems to be a lot of mine. I did pick up Story of My Life by Lucy Score. I've not read anything by her, but I've heard really interesting things about some of her series that didn't attract me to it, but this one did, because it's one of those ones where the woman is a struggling novelist who has a breakup, and so she's, writer's block, and she buys this house in Pennsylvania, I think, like in the country. I think that's where it is. Yeah, Story Lake is the name of the series and the town. And so she has to have somebody fix it up, and then she starts getting inspired by the handyman, his team. And anyway, I don't know. It's really long for a contemporary romance, but it sounded fun. And I think it's the first in a new series. But I wanted to try that. I also picked up Ready or Not by Kara Bastone. Just kind of, again, it was one of those ones where people were talking about stuff, and I wanted to try this one. I know this. I have one other one that's kind of a accidental pregnancy trope, but I hear this is done really well. It's a friends to lovers kind of situation. So I did want to try that. So we'll see. It's really, I'm interested. So I don't know what, I bought it that day. I don't know. I also pre-ordered and got The Love Simulation by Etta Easton. This is slightly connected to the Kiss Countdown, which I really, really enjoyed in February. I think I read that. Really love that story, and I think this is the main male character's younger sister. And she is a teacher, and to get money for her school, or I think she might be a vice principal now, but she's with the school, and so she needs money for the library that she wants to revamp or something. And so she joins this simulation of what it'd be like with people living on Mars, I think it is. Anyway, so it sounds really cute. And the guy who goes with her is the principal, the one that's kind of her antagonist. His son is going on there. And so we'll see. Anyway, I really enjoyed the Kiss Countdown, so I wanted to continue. So it's not, they don't list them as series, but technically they're connected, so anyway. And then I bought, let's see, I'll come to those later. I did buy this kind of on a whim, God of Malice by Rena Kent. This is the first book in the Legacy of Gods. I bought some dark romances that is kind of mixed in here. I just want to try them and see. That's not been a trope I've ever really read too much of. So I just thought I'd try it. I have no idea what this is about. I think it's more new adult. I don't know if they're college or what. I don't know, but I do want to try that. I just got that. A book I shouldn't have bought, but it was like so cheap at the time that I bought it, is the second book in the Lakefront Billionaire series, Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. I haven't read the first one, was it Love Design? I don't remember what the first one is called. Anyway, I bought the first one. I think I bought it used. And then this one, I don't know. They're not giving me a list of what the other one, I don't remember what the first book is. Anyway, it's blue. Anyway, in this series. And again, it's about billionaires. I don't even know what this one's about. It was just on sale. So that was a bad Bad Amy, bye. And then I picked up a couple books that, like, on a whim one day, which is these last 3 of this section. I got Pucked by Helena Hunting. I've heard about her and her hockey series, so I did want to try that. And they had these really cool ones with the sprayed edges, but really I just wanted to try it because, again, obviously I'm attracted to the hockey romance ones. I liked the sports romance, some of them. So I bought this one because the series, I've heard about it and I wanted to get it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Another, I guess, I don't know if this is dark romance, but it's definitely more on the darker side, I guess, with the BDSM kind of side, is Praise. This is the Salacious Players Club, the first book in that series by Sarah Kate. Again, I've heard stuff about this series for a little bit, and I think a woman is down on her luck and she gets a job, and then I don't remember, I think it's, yeah, I think she works now for her ex-boyfriend's father, so I think it's an age gap one too as well, so we'll see. I mean, I used to read some books kind of like that back in the day. We'll see. Anyway, I thought I'd try it. And then I picked up The Wrong Bride by Katharina Mora. I don't know. This is the first book in the Windsor series. So again, this is one of the one with, I think her sister was supposed to marry this guy, but then her sister doesn't show up for the wedding, so she has to marry this billionaire for family reasons. I'm not sure. Anyway, it sounds, I have heard about this, but not as much as some of the other ones. I picked it up kind of on a whim that day. That was that day. And then I finished collecting all my Elsie Silver, even though I'm only partway through the first series. I picked up, I don't remember which is which, the 3 and 4 of the Gold Rush Ranch series with The Front Runner and A False Start. So I will go back to read these after I finish the Chestnut Spring series. As I said, I'm 3 books into that one. But I have bought all of Elsie Silver's books, which is ridiculous. And I bought the next 2 in the Rose Hill series. I had this pre-ordered and this came in, and then I also got Wild Eyes. So I have all these. Anyway, so that means I still have, like, you know, what do I have? 2 in the Chestnut Spring series. I have 4 in the Gold Rush Ranch series. And now I have 3 of the Rose Hill series. These ones, all I know, they're all, well, the other ones were cowboy romances. And then these ones are single dad. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. And then I bought the next 2 books in the Matchmaker series that I am reading with Berna. Berna's Bookish Adventures. We're doing a buddy read. We're reading the first one right now. So I don't remember which is which. I think To Capture His Heart is the second one, and the third one is Protecting Her Heart. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing these are, they look like they're companion novels, and it looks like they follow 2 of the friends of the girl and the woman in the first book of the one that we're reading, which is The Matchmaker's Lonely Heart. So these are historical mysteries with romance. And it said we're reading those together. So I'm hoping I enjoy the first one. We'll see how that goes. But I did buy the next 2, so for our buddy read. So, oops. And then a couple books that I have read before. I read this month. I found Fruits Basket and Other, Volume 4 by Natsuki Takaya. So this is the very last of the Fruits Basket. And I didn't know that they had brought this out because it came out a couple years after the other volumes of Fruit Baskets and Other, which is a spin-off from the main series. And this is the kids of the ones in the main Fruits Basket series. So, I had almost everything that's in this digitally because I did get that, but I now have it physically. So, and again, I read that in March to finish that series. I got the second book in the Warden series, which is Necrobane by Daniel M. Ford. So this is a really good short. It's going to be, I'm pretty sure it's a trilogy. I'm pretty sure the last book comes out later this month. In April, that I'm getting from the library because I asked for it. But this is like a warden who is sent out into the wild. She is at this small outpost, and she is protecting from people coming over the pass and creatures and things that are coming through. So it's magical. It has its atmosphere is kind of Twin Peaks-ish because it's kind of a little bit weird. But I would say it's just a short fantasy. I think they're fun. I like the characters. I'm pretty sure this was sapphic. My brain is just melting right now, but I might be rereading this this month in order when I get the new book. So I remember what happened. I don't remember as much from last year, but we'll see. But I did buy a paperback copy of that, so I have one on hand. And then the last book I have that I bought, I specifically got the audiobook for my library because I didn't expect to need to buy this, but I was halfway through it and I went home. On the way home from work that day, I went and bought Jane Austen's Bookshelf, a rare book collector's quest to find the women writers who shaped a legend by Rebecca Romney. And I'm really looking forward to getting back to this book. Hopefully another year or two, I will go back and actually tab stuff up. There was a lot of things in here about the eight female authors who were writing in the late 1900s, late 1700s, early 1800s, who Jane Austen knew about or read about. And some of them were her favorite authors, some not, but they were mentioned in her letters and maybe Northanger Abbey. And and also, I guess, one wrote a play that was in Mansfield Park. So this was a fantastic book. I think Jane Austen, people who've read all of Jane Austen, who are looking for other writers in that time period who are very different, but also have some really great books out there that are just not part of the canon, I think should read this and get to know those. And I've started a project with the books that I already owned on my shelf of those 8 authors. Of the ones I have, I think 5 of them I have books on my shelf. So I'm going to start with those and then we'll see. I might read some of the other ones. So anyway, that is all the books that I bought in March. I am really hoping I don't have quite that many in April, except April will be all mostly used books. I'm trying not to buy anything else. I mean, I've bought a couple, but not hoping. We'll see what happens. I have a couple pre-orders, but really we'll see what happens. Anyway, if there are any of these books, any of these series that I've picked up that you think I should read, definitely sooner rather than later, let me know, because I have so many choices and I keep picking up books and I just read. I am definitely a mood reader, so you know what? I could really get along with that book. So let me know if any of these you've really enjoyed, and let me know if you picked up anything really good in March, and I and Cooper will see you later. Bye.